All right, we're about to be underway. Clinton Avenue Smoke Shop, Clear Choice Hearing Solutions, ASC Graphics, and Monroe Transportation are back in this fight. Both exchanging leg kicks, both looking to check.
Broderick Rene swinging hard.
He's got that guillotine. He loves the guillotine choke. Matvei is comfortable. He fought out of this choke in his last fight, too. He's starting to do the proper defense. He's getting his head over. They're almost in a head chancellor position. First guy to change level is going to win. Now he's back to defending the arms.
And Broderick looks really strong in this position, especially.
He's just a solid, chiseled out guy.
He's trying to pivot on his left leg here. Is there any advantage to that for Broderick Rene?
It looks like he's trying to use his knees to change the angle on the choke, to get the arm underneath the chin. Now he's going to the arm and guillotine. It looks like Matvei is successfully defending it, holding him up against the cage. Now he's got the leg hook, which I don't think it's going to help Broderick. I actually think it's going to help Matvei get him down to the ground and open him up for that knee right there. This is no longer the novice rule, so as soon as it hits the ground, they can still ground and pound again.
Yeah.
As you can tell by the no shin pads. This looks boring to the casual fan, but this fighting on the fence is so grueling. The takedown battle, it really taxes you. You're using every muscle you have. You're constantly tensed up.
Every inch you give up at this point could mean the difference between your opponent cinching up his hands and getting a takedown.
With these short amateur 3-minute rounds, sometimes the person that gets a takedown wins that whole round.
Yeah, it's huge. It's much bigger, especially at this level.
And with the New York State new rules, the title fights are also only 3 rounds. They're not 5 rounds anymore.
Yep. A good important distinction to make.
Matvei is going for the guillotine now.
Broderick is...
It looks like Matvei is underneath his chin, though. Broderick could be in a little trouble here.
Oh, wow, very strong.
Matvei's got it off.
His feet.
He hit a great guillotine at King of the Cage to get a win before, too. Looks like Broderick got his hands down. He needs to defend. Now he's starting to get his legs in. It looks like he wants to pull guard just to get out of this position.
I think Broderick would do himself a favor by taking this to the ground. I think he should take it to the ground.
Yeah, and he, as you said, he gets the takedown.
There we go.
Matvei's looking to do a butterfly sweep. He's got one hook in. The other foot's trapped inside a little bit. Almost like a 96 guard. But Rene's on top, holding him down. Just maintaining position right now, looking to pass.
Less than 30 seconds left here.
Now it's going to be interesting how they score the groundwork now, too. Holding position is supposed to be less important than trying to do damage and submit.
Yeah, you're not supposed to score defense. He's still working, though, so I don't think the ref's going to stand up. We've got less than 10 seconds left here.
I meant for the scoring of the round. I don't think the ref is in any position to stand him up yet,
Yeah.
but I just meant for the scoring of the round. Tight round. How do you score that one?
I would say Broderick, just because the majority of the time was spent. Well, now that I think about it, Matvei did more impactful things. Kind of. I was tight. I was really tight. What do you think?
I'm glad you're not the judge. I wouldn't want you wishy-washy changing back and forth in between rounds on me. I'm going to say that I think Rene won that round, but I think it was really close. You could score it either way, but I think Rene got the dominant position for a longer time. The scramble against the cage was even. The striking was a little bit even. I would probably say that Matvei scored more strikes, but with the grappling involved and everything, I would say that it was a really tight round for Rene, but it could go either way.
By FCP, right? I mean, these guys are very well matched up.
These are 2 really, really good guys. Like I said, some of these guys you might see in UFC someday. Matvei is one of those guys that can make it to the next level. And Rene, it looks like he's putting the earlier losses in his career by. He's looking really good tonight.
He looks like a vet. It's definitely a distinction you can make as soon as they come out.
His corner almost left with his mouthpiece, though, but he got it back. That's what the chuckling's about right now.
These guys make me feel really old, too. They look really young.
Yeah, speak for yourself, man. I'm ready. I'll take these young bucks any day. Rene's kind of swinging for the fences. Matvei's a little bit more settled back, a little bit crisper striking.
Heck of a leg kick. Broderick had to check his mouth guard for blood.
Matvei's leg kicks are like thunderous, while Rene's, they land hard. There's not the same impact. It's like a slap instead of that thud. When Matvei kicks you, it's like a thud.
I thought Matvei was going to hit a switch there, but he's actually transitioned to taking his back here. He's got one hook in.
And you can see the difference now. these higher level amateurs, he gets his hooks in right away and controls the position. See how he's controlling his left arm?
Yeah.
That let him get his arm hooked around. Broderick's bleeding from the nose, I believe, the nose or mouth area, and this choke is tight.
Matev's going to get this choke, I believe.
It's
here.
on the chin. It's more of a face crank right now, as you
Yes.
can see, but that hurts. Just ask Chael Sonnen.
Yeah, almost Tito Ortiz, Chael Sonnen right here.
It is almost the same choke, except there's not the big weight difference.
Yeah, and it looks like his face is starting to turn colors here.
Looks like Renee's looking to tap. When you get that hand out, I always say these guys should be hand fighting instead of getting ready to tap. You know, now he's using his hand to engage again.
Tapping is a last second effort. It should be something that you prepare for.
These guys are right ready to tap. They got the tapping hand, I call it. Should be
Wow,
using
he
that
got
tapping
out.
hand to defend, yeah.
Got out. He hangs on to his arm, which is a smart thing to do, but he's got to realize he's holding himself in that position as well, Broderick is.
His blood's stripping to his shoulders, got his back once again. Broderick's looking to change position on him to come up on top.
Yeah,
He needs
around.
yeah.
Broderick's on top here.
Matvei needs to really go back to taking his back, but he decided to switch off. It looks like he's trying to get a triangle. He can have a bad angle from it, but it looks like he's got one arm in, one arm out, searching for that triangle right now.
Yep.
Brock-
Broderick needs to either posture up or, I don't know that striking from within the guard here is going to do much. Matvei looks too active.
Matev's starting to use his legs to climb up the fence. When you're looking for submissions, you can look to climb up the body just like he did. Now he's locked with the triangle. And instead of just going for the triangle, he feels like it's not locked in. He's striking and doing damage.
He's staying very active from the bottom. I'm very impressed with Matvei here.
Now he's got the leg. He's going to use it to change his angle or use it to sweep. But now Broderick's
He
trapped
locks
against the
triangle.
fence.
He locks the triangle in.
He's got he needs to get to his right arm across his body to really effectively finish this triangle choke.
Yeah.
But he's pulling down. There's still a lot of pressure. Renee's trying to get his knee inside to take some of that pressure off his neck. Renee's in a position he's bleeding all over. He really needs to get his arm back and either fall on top of that leg that's choking him and take some of the pressure off or step over. He can't just hang out in here. He's in a lot of trouble right now. But he heard a 10-second bell. I think he's going to hang on. He might go to sleep here.
That cage isn't doing him any favors either.
No, he was trapped in a bad spot. What do you say? Was that a 10-8 round?
Yes, that was a 10-8 round. It should be.
That was the 3Ds.
That's we're at 9-9 now, right? No, what is now? I'm
18-18?
18-18. Thank
Look,
you.
Frank the Tank needs a little math work. Should have brought a calculator for you.
You know what, man? I failed out of college for math, so
Well, then you're definitely doing the right thing because
I'm
MMA is not going to make you any smarter. There was definitely damage done by Matvei. He definitely controlled the duration of that round, and I thought it was a dominant round for him. I would call that one a 10-8. I think it's tied right now, 18-18.
yep, I would agree.
No, it'd be 18-17, right? Or 18-19.
You're right.
18-19. I'm not so good at math either.
Oh, man.
I have suffered a lot of head trauma in my fighting career.
Wow. Hey, at least we're catching it before the round's over, right?
Yeah, it's hard. Normally I'd be writing this down instead of holding the mic.
Yeah.
But holding the mic, I'm not doing my scorecards.
We got to roll with the punches, man. We're holding the mic. We're doing what we have to do.
Yeah, FCP went out of their way to get us the mic so we can talk and bring this to you guys live.
It looks like they're having the doc come in. Now I don't know what they're doing, but doc's coming in to check on the right corner here, Broderick Rene.
Yeah, Dr. Rob Birnbaum is in the ring just checking him out. Might be for all the blood, see if his nose is broke, how bad it's broke, if it's broke. It looks pretty straight still.
It does, but it was bleeding quite a bit.
I think they might just be wiping the blood off him. He may have blown his nose, and if you break your nose and you blow it, it becomes a mess real quick.
Yes. There's a funny Eddie Alvarez gif online. If you Google it, he blows his nose in between rounds. His eye blows up. It's really weird.
Yeah, that's when you get damaged to your eye orbital. It's not a pretty thing to have happen to you.
No.
It looks like the fight's going to continue, though.
Good. He's a warrior, man.
He definitely is a warrior. Looks like Clinton Avenue Smoke Shop, Skinny Wear Jeans, Monroe Transportation, ANC Graphics are getting their money's worth out of this fight.
Yeah, thanks again to our sponsors here for FCP, CAGED Chaos 16 tonight.
From the Armory in Rochester, New York. Matvei looks more confident. Rene's kind of a little bit hesitant to engage on the feet right now. He's trapped against the cage, working to get off. Leg kick with no pop behind it.
Well, he should be going back to circling to his right because Matvei is a orthodox fighter here.
Nice shot, though.
Good shot. Great
Matvei
shot.
was looking to tee off, and he paid the price. Maybe Rene was trying to get him confused a little bit, shoot in and get this takedown he's looking for.
Yep.
Now he's got his back.
Broderick cinches up against the back there, around the hips. Matvei is hand fighting. Should he get off the cage here, you think?
I'm thinking he's using the cage to protect him from going to his back,
Yeah.
but he should definitely be hand fighting a little bit better and break the grip around his waist, get his hips out.
Yeah.
It's hard to take your back when your hips are not next to the guy, you know? If you shoot your hips out, which I mean, is that he should be thrusting his hips forward as he's peeling the hands to create some space so he can turn in. But it looks like he's looking for a Kimura instead.
It would be a good sweep to hit. It would be awkward, though, with the cage there, but, you know, who knows where they end up at that point. Broderick is shooting for a low, almost an ankle pick, maybe.
Well, yeah, he's going
He
to
hits it.
pull that in. But Matvei's over his arm. If he can get his leg in play, he can go to sweep him to the cage or finish this Kimura here. It's going to be tough from half guard to finish the Kimura, though.
Yeah, you got to be really, really strong, and you got to have a little bit better position to do that, I think.
If he can position it closer to his hips, he would have been able to sweep, but he gave up on it. And now he should put his back against the cage instead of turning his back right here. It's making kind of a mistake.
What do you make of Broderick almost going exclusively grappling here instead of any striking?
I think he felt the difference in their power, and he just wants to put it on the ground.
Yeah.
He did pretty well on the ground, except for that triangle.
Yeah.
But he managed to not tap out to it, and he fought it off pretty well.
Yeah, he was tough, man. He was super tough. He's a little bit closer on this Kimura sweep this time, but it looks like Broderick is grabbing his hips to defend.
And who knows how messed up Rene's nose is from that damage, too. He might not want to eat any more punches if his nose is broke.
We have no idea what kind of actual damage he took there. It didn't look pretty, but it didn't look fight-ending either.
Rene is winning this round in the red corner. Rene is fighting out of the red corner. Matvei Skvortsov is fighting out of the blue corner. Sorry, I just murdered your last name.
Broderick is covering up. He doesn't want to take any damage here. It looks like I imagine his nose is not feeling too great right now.
I would almost say that he's stalling on top right now. He's not really doing a lot of any kind of damage.
Yeah, I'm afraid the ref's going to stand this up here. Well, no, it's
10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough round to judge.
very tough. I don't know how to score this round, honestly.
This fight could end up a draw.
It could.
10-8 round, 2 10-9 rounds.
You know, just as
Call
well
it
as
a
I
draw?
do, commissions even don't like to hand out draws, so we'll see. We don't know.
I think this one could be a draw, ladies and gentlemen.
It could be.
I hate to say it. Maybe they could do one more round. Old school.
That would be interesting. It would also be torturous because they don't know that that's coming.
Rene looks much better right now. He looks very fresh.
You know what? Maybe he's smooth like Benson Henderson. He doesn't show the wear.
Yeah, for sure. This one, even the commissioners are worried about getting the score right now. The commissioner next to us just got up. He's going to walk around and make sure they get all the scores tallied right. They don't want the UFC oops like happened at UFC 200, right? 200 where they got the mistake?
Yep.
FCP is all about getting it right. You don't want to mess up when you got Pat Barry and Thug Rose in the house.
Right.
Once again, this fight was brought to us by Clinton Avenue Smoke Shop. Make sure you get all your smokes from Clinton Avenue Smoke Shop. They're tallying up the scorecards. It's never good when it takes this long to figure out what the scores are.
Well, let's hope to God that their math skills are anywhere as bad as ours, because they got pen and paper. The fighters look good here. They don't look too tired or worse from the wear.
That was a good fight from both guys.
If you had to lean one way, which way did you score it?
If I had to lean one way, I would say that Rene won the fight.
I would agree, but truthfully, it should be a draw.
I think it should be a draw, and it depends how they scored the third round, too. Broderick Rene got on top, but he didn't do any damage. He was just holding the guy down. Some judges don't like that. It just depends on how they score it. But Matvei wasn't really working too much on the bottom. At the same time, Rene was holding him down. It was a really exciting fight, and then the third round, the pace slowed, and Rene tried to, actually, I would say he instilled the dominance in that round, holding him down.
He did show a bit of dominance, yes.
In MMA, you got to be able to get back up sometimes.
Yep.
I think if Matvei loses this fight, he's going to go back and look at it and be like, I need to get up here instead of looking for submissions. Sometimes they just don't come. 3 minutes is an awful short time to be submission hunting.
Yes, it is. Especially when the round is 3 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Like the 3 minutes is a very short time to hunt for submissions. By the time you hit the ground, you got like a minute and a half left, as opposed to the 5 minute pro rounds where you get on the ground with 3, 2.5, 3, 4 minutes sometimes on the clock.
You
still.
fought in 5 minute rounds?
Yeah, I fought 5 minute rounds.
I mean, when I would do sparring, to prepare for the 3 minute rounds, I thought 5 minutes was an eternity. What was it like for you to fight?
I like the 5 minute rounds. I was always in really good shape. Oh, here we got the scores. Who gets the title if it's a draw? Wow. Matvei won that fight. I told you that the judges are scoring laying on top a lot differently nowadays. It's not really considered dominance unless you're doing damage on top.
That's true.
We had another fight. We had Billy the Kid and C. Lau from the main event, or the next title fight actually. And the same thing happened. Our guy was on top, rode out C. Lau.